mine. But the moment that our stars aligned, I'll remember for a long, long time. Oh, maybe our love may be typical, oh, but baby, you're something special. When I wake up, I want to see the sun shine across your face. When I walk with you, I want your hand in mine in your pocket space. When we make up, I want to sing this song to apologize. When I grow old with you, I want to see your smile in the lines around your eyes. Our love is typical. 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 Our love is typical.
A very good morning, and I expect everybody to stay healthy during this endemic. It's no more pandemic, so maybe a lot of people try to be so cautious and are able to understand the well-being of our body, taking good food, having a better lifestyle, sleep early to really, bypass this pandemic till this very moment, which we are now facing the endemic, period. So today we are about, to talk about the Mother's Day. And many times when people talk about, the occasion, people just take for granted, well, it's just an ordinary Mother's Day. But if people were to stress further on what a mother is, you then find out how important as humans when mothers are. They're more important than many other category of human beings. No matter how, as parents, mother is the one that is going to see to the best, of all the family members when health is concerned, or even when education is concerned. Family matters are also, part and parcel of what a mother will see to it that everything goes fine. So when we really celebrate Mother's Day, try to give the best we can to our mothers. Try and do it wholeheartedly. Not just, well, a celebration, you just enjoy the good food and then that's it. No, it is more important to, do it wholeheartedly. And if you can do something like a good meal or present, good, everlasting gift, that is going to be very meaningful. And when we talk about gift, it doesn't mean, you need to buy her, you see, an iPhone. It doesn't mean that. You might be. What is more important is the health. So sometimes, there are good children. They might, come up with certain amount of money to buy the best of, what, when food is concerned, that can make mother healthy. not only happy, it's more of healthy. That's why this year, when we talk about this Mother's Day, we hope, all of us can celebrate with our mother with a very healthy occasion. An occasion, maybe we can talk about health. We can share information about, something every one of us should know, or even mothers, should know. So this is where we have the chance here in this platform to be able to share with, anybody out there who really want to know about, more things about how then we are supposed, to share and celebrate with mother. And as we age, our stem cell numbers, diminish and begin to mutate. Yeah, that's why, people get old. But, today, there are people, who are still young in age, but very old in systems. When this happened to your body, you must understand your stem cell numbers are getting lesser and lesser. If your stem cell numbers, decrease in size, in numbers, you age faster. If your stem cells still maintain the plateau, the numbers, or can still increase by certain amount to prolong your lifespan, you look young and healthy. So we are supposed to make sure that our stem cell maintain plateau as we age. In a sense, the numbers must not, decline. And of course, we cannot stop the numbers. We can delay the decline in numbers by supplying certain amount of good food, not to help, in nourishing the cells. As during our past talk, we talk about cells. We have more than 37 trillion cells in the body. So when you talk about cells that are so important to the body, are you sure you know about how you can maintain the number of your cells in the body or not? There are a lot of people, old cells die. The new ones that is supposed, to grow back, to replace, is getting lesser and lesser. That is how you get old and you get sick. So if we can know how, to delay the aging process of the cells, or to control them from dying too early, one thing we have to do is taking the correct food to nourish the system, to allow the cells the ability to, maintain its lifespan. That's why when anything in our body is a matter of food. And food means, the correct time that is able for the body to look, pick, select, then the cells, then will start to replenish. So, every human, being, is born with a fixed amount of stem cells. Yeah, we are born with a fixed amount of stem cells. But, it is a pity. It's a pity. Our stem cells decline very rapidly the past, 17 years until today. During, the 40 years ago, stem cells, in human body don't decline so rapidly. Today, modern technology, modern medicine, modern science, and new type of food that we are eating every day, especially fast food, good, tasty, delicious food. We don't know what it carries. You don't see how they are made, prepared, and cooked, but we enjoy the food. Those are the food, yes, you took in to please the mouth, but, you're making, yourselves angry. In a sense, what they want, we don't, take. And what they don't want, we are taking too much. We are lumping in, excessively. So how on earth can our body, function? So as the stem cells, that decline rapidly, our body never be being able to conduct, repairs. And if you don't have stem cells ready in big numbers, those damaged ones, will never be regenerated. They keep dying, damaged, no life, and they're just, the wear and tear alone is going to, make them, die. So if we know cells are so important, and at the same time, you must also understand what then can the body develop more cells. Everything, be it your hairs, your muscles, your bones, your tissues, they need, to stem cell so that, the body can provide new cells as it keep growing to replace, all the specialized, the cells that are already lost or even damaged, or some, half dead. This is a continuity in our body that you don't see them, but they are supposed to keep replicating the cells. And you might not know how our body can, make this sort of, stem cell. They, in fact, have two very unique properties which can enable them to continue, to do this, carry this sort of job. First, our stem cell can divide over and over again to produce new cells. This is how we can live healthily if our stem cells can divide over and over to produce the new cells. That is a very unique, capability of the stem cells. Second, as they divide, they can change into the other types of cell that make up our whole body. You see, every part, even our hairs, your eyes, your skin, anything you talk about that is life within the body comes from, stem cell development. And this, stem cell is capable to see to it what was lost. All those are dead, are gone. But they have to, see to it, new cells must start, to replenish, to, grow back, so that the body continue, with another category of function. So these, the types of stem cells, there are mainly two types of naturally occurring stem cells found in a human body. If you divide them, one is hematopoietic stem cells, the other one is mesenchymal stem cells. And listen carefully, these are very important, the things, even normal people should know, so that once we know stem cells and our body cells are so important, probably you then will know how to handle the body and doing things right, taking food properly to make sure our body maintain, the real health we want as we age. If we don't, go to a certain extent of understanding our body, a lot of times we will never even recall the good food and the bad food. And if you don't know how to even differentiate them, every time if you keep taking the wrong food, you are punishing the cells instead of feeding the cells. So these hematopoietic, stem cells are found in cord blood, bone marrow, and our peripheral blood. I'm very sure you know about our red blood cells, our white blood cells, and our platelets. All these are very important components which, we need to enable the systems, the integrity, the strong, the energy to continue to survive. Then the second type is mesenchymal stem cells, which are found in the Wharton's jelly, our bone marrow, our fat tissue, and our tooth pulp. They are known as, mesenchymal stem cells. And these are the few examples: fat tissue, nerve tissue, our heart tissue, our liver tissue, and our muscle tissues. So these are considered and examples of mesenchymal, cells. So when you talk about, hematopoietic stem cells, they are, multipotent primitive cells that can develop into all types of blood cells. Very important, they are the one that are multipotent primitive cells, which, they then assist, in the developing all types of blood cells. So, like if you talk about the myeloid lineage and our lymphoid, lineage cells, these are two examples of how, these hematopoietic stem cells, as multipotent primitive cells, can help and assist to develop this type of blood cells in our body. And then the mesenchymal stem cells are also multipotent, but they are multipotent adult stem cells, which are considered very important because when they are present in multiple tissues, like, in ladies, umbilical cord, bone marrow, fat tissue, mesenchymal stem cells, can self-renew by dividing and can differentiate into multiple tissues, including, bone, cartilage, muscle, and fat cells, including our connective tissue. That's why when you heard people suffering about, stiff, nerves to move in the body, it's too long to stand up, the body doesn't seem to allow you freedom to move, very stiff, tight. All these are, in fact, affecting your body cells with reference to the bone, your cartilage, your tendons, your muscles, your fat cells. You see? So when people suffer from pain and discomfort, seeing a doctor, sometimes they might even tell you, well, you are aging. So what do you expect when you age? And people always take for granted, yeah, I am aging, I should suffer from this, which is not true. Even, if you were to compare two persons, the same age, like 60 years old, why, one person is so healthy, still can running marathon, the other one is already, like unable to move freely. A little bit, of movement pain. All because of, the cells in your body. If it belongs to the bone, if you think you can't move properly, or the muscle that is not strong enough to, carry your body, these cells, in your muscles or in your skeletal system are not properly fed. See? So they cannot reproduce. They don't have the stem cell to keep dividing and to reproduce. Was one of the reasons, you lost out. Once the old ones die and nothing new to replace, then your body don't feel to be, independent in movement, freedom to move. These are what we are supposed to enjoy when God gives us, our mind, body, and soul. And when you talk about Wharton jelly, which is the mucoid connective tissue that surrounds, the two arteries and one vein of the umbilical cord. And within Wharton jelly, fibroblast-like cells and mesenchymal-like cells can be found and collectively called human umbilical cord, or, perivascular cells. So even, our tooth part, which is the part of our, the teeth that is alive, That's why when a person suffers from toothache, it was, the part that has the sense, to, leading to pain and discomfort. Without this, anytime, even the person got, back tooth, you will never feel painful, just because of these cells that might be corroded or destructive. And they are the one that is alive, making us, feel comfortable or swollen at any time when it is under, attack, be it bacteria or even, if at any time, if it is inflamed. See? So this is, these are things that we have to understand. And every one of the cells in our body has its own specialized, work. They need to, oversee a lot of our body functions, and they are divided or subdivided specifically, in our body to give us, the need to function. So what will happen when stem cells, deplete? What will happen? This is what, is very interesting to know, to talk about the subject of cells. And when you got some photos, to show and compare, you then only can see or realize, if my stem cells, are declining, how will I look? You look at this, lady. You look at the hands, starting, to sag, very dry, no moisture, and very loose. You see or not? Skin is losing the laxity. No more resilient, even the muscles. So this is an indication of, stem cell, is declining in big numbers. If you still maintain the numbers that's capable to assist us in the daily, health, our skin should not show this way, even if we age. I'm very sure you came across people 80, 90 years old, and their skin still look good compared to a lot, outside today. Less than 70 years of age, the skin already look very saggy, dry, and sometimes even, crack, bleed, and painful. And at any time when the stem cells, the number of the stem cells decline, one very important or significant symptom that anybody can feel once you are 40 years of age and above, no need to be 60, your skin every morning till afternoon, you start to itch. When you start to wake up after bath, after shower, then within, the certain timing before, 1 p.m., morning to 1 p.m., if you start to feel your skin start to itch, your, numbers of the stem cells are declining. And a lot of people, they're so itchy, they scratch until it bleeds, and they're going to see a doctor. Doctor always say, you are having eczema problem. See, this is not eczema. This is an indication of numbers of stem cells are declining. You are losing the numbers. So you need to recall, what are the food that I must take now to stop this process from aging. If I take proper good food, it will stop there, and my skin don't go itchy. You see? So it's not going to see a doctor, taking medication to stop the itch. No, you need to do something. You need to take the food that is correct, which, is right for your body to answer the pain, the itchiness you are facing at this moment. This is because when you take proper food, which fits the cells, or when the stem cells are looking for certain ingredient, the resources they need, to build and to divide your cells, to replenish them, then the thing will start to change. Your skin start to glow even. Not only a matter of dryness, less moisturized or itch, but you will start to even glow. And what is worse today is, our bones break easily when our stem cells are on a decline. And at any time, injuries or cuts, that doesn't heal fast enough, also is a matter of stem cell, numbers are getting, smaller and smaller. So we need, the best adult stem cells in our body for, a natural renewal process in our body. Because these adult stem cells are an essential component helping the body to repair and to renew. They are new, cell factories, you call them, that work every day to produce cells that can change into all the different types of cells that make up each part of our body. Adult stem cell, they are like factories ready to divide, ready to produce the cells. At any time they look and they understand which part of the body is lacking, which part of the cells, what type of cells. These adult stem cells will then start to process. So the more adult stem cells we have in circulation, the healthier we will be. And when people talking so much about ache and pain, joints, swollen and pain, or skin, beauty, you take for granted you want to buy products like collagen, this and that, but you don't understand what are the food that you need to constantly, not only take short term and then stop, no, constantly, maybe daily, every day. These are the food our body, when stem cells are concerned, are looking for as resources for them to be able to build, and to handle cell, development, cell process, cell development, cell life. So we cannot just take things for granted, well, if I'm old, I should accept the fact that I should have all these problems. No, you cannot keep accepting the fact. You need to, be, logical enough to understand the fact. Cannot accept the fact. You have to understand the fact of why, years ago, you're so good, you look young, you don't have any complaint. Why today? You're only 50 years of age. Your skin itches, you don't have energy, you look tired. All these are, within the cells in the body that are showing symptoms of, degeneration. They can't, process further to support, the whole makeup the system, because what we take as food are not what they need as resources to, enable the body to keep producing the stem cells, and to build up, the loss, to catch up with the numbers. So there are reasons why stem cells deteriorate. Not only one reason from food you don't take enough. The air you breathe today, no matter where you are in the whole world, are so polluted now, which, when you breathe, your body is not picking up the enough content of oxygen to revigorate, the cell in the process of development. Yet, the poor quality foods, which we are supposed to take as resources for the stem cells, are not there. We are only taking food, delicious and tasty for the mouth, and you enjoy them. Together with today's amount of work that is so, the stressful to the system and the brain. Equally, the deplete, the body's, stem cell development. What about natural aging? When you talk about natural aging, and if a person continue to take food where, you have nucleic, the acid, you have, the amino acid, protein to, collagen, our cells in the body are so happy because at any time when they start to develop new cells, the resources are ready in the blood for them, to continue the job. So for natural aging, it all depends on individual. If a person behaves well, good lifestyle, healthy food, sleep early, natural aging means I live to 90, I'm still, healthy, compared to natural aging, there are people who are not consistent with their lifestyle, and the good food, you see, might suffer from pain and discomfort. Then the one thing, that is that we don't see as we move everywhere from your house, to even your workplace, radiation. Even, at home today, everyone start to install like, Wi-Fi, all these stations, all these, the technologies are in fact, doing us good for your work, but not doing good for our body system. These are the few among the so many things, out there, which are the opposing our body, not allowing our stem cells, to function at ease. That's why as we grow older and older, and as science and technology has improved more, our stem cells, suffer. We are living, the age of, science and technology, where our body, the systems, everything, functions the same as during the nomadic times. They don't change, but the food pattern, working pattern, everything that we are facing today all change. But our body systems, since nomadic times until today, doesn't change. So if we have new science and technology that we are using, and the food with the chemical compound cooked, and we are taking what our body really cannot stand. So if we go all out in looking for the best, the food, we must understand food that you must feed your body cells, and not food you just take to enjoy. Yeah. So how to increase the number of stem cells in your body? There are people, after talking so much about the cells in the body, and we want adult, healthy stem cells, helping the body to develop and to divide. At any time when the old ones die, they will replenish, they will start to grow back fast enough to build up the numbers. Fucoidan as a supplement is the one our body, our cells are looking for. It is a very unique bioactive polysaccharide found naturally in the cell walls of the brown seaweeds. And when we talk of coidon, it is capable to give our body all the required nourishment, the resources that is capable to boost our, the natural production of adult stem cells in the bone marrow for the body. Some food you take, your bone marrow can reorganize, and the platelets become, sufficiently enough for, the formation of, other category of jobs that is needed, to build a healthy body for the purpose of the person to continue to live. Our bodies works in that way, but a pity we are not, doing or following the procedure as was like our grandfather, and we continue to enjoy all the best, modern technology and the food without, realizing we also must maintain the best food, those quality natural food after taking, still maintain the potent resources that is capable for the cells to be able to survive. So this, the fucoidan can dramatically help our body to increase the number of adult stem cells. A lot of things, when supplements are concerned, you take it, you don't feel it because you are not sick. And when you don't feel it, doesn't mean you pay, and it is not working. Don't take this for granted. A lot of times, good food you take, our body cells are already utilizing them as the real resources that is already building your body a lot of natural reserve and energy, giving you the best. As you continue, maybe 3 months to a year, you look better and better, healthier and healthier. It doesn't mean you take in just a week or a month, you feel good. No, you are not sick. It is not curing you in any sense, but feeding our body cells, giving enough of what, like active nutrients, minerals, vitamins, ever ready in the blood, waiting for the stem cell to utilize them as the medium of resources that is capable enough to redevelop new cells. You see? So our body cells continuously expect us to do that. So if we can increase the number of stem cells in our body, when we support their release, circulation, and migration. This allows our bodies, regenerative progresses to reach their full potential. We want all these, the function to be at the very best. So fucoidone has been shown to increase the number of adult stem cells in circulation and help them migrate and adhere to where they are needed. See? Anywhere in the body when they are needed, fucoidone comes in, to support the stem cells, in any part of the body, or even though if they want to migrate, to any part of, your organs. This is where the real food means, things, minerals, nutrients are ever ready for the body to synthesize, and stem cells, development make easy. And at the same time, the fucoidone not only enhanced the release of the poietic stem cells, but also significantly enhance the sticky receptor CXCR4 on the stem cells. That there are many things, more than that. Our body is supposed, to redevelop, and when they start to build more of these, so-called, the receptor cells, the stem cells, are very, very well organized. When they are very well organized, they instantly can communicate, from the brain to all parts of the organ. At any time, when the weak organs start to be, found, by the brain, instantly the stem cell, the adult stem cells will start, to come in for help. This is where, the food is concerned, not drug, not medicine. There are many times, when something goes wrong to your, in fact, whole body, whether it is, the heart, whether it is the nervous system, the brain, or even, your stomach, yet, people take for granted. They only look for disease state, but they can't even go to the extent of understanding the disease already, is the problem that create this difficulty for the organ to continue to function. So once, when our stem cell start to redevelop and process all the cells, that is needed by every part of the body to function, our so-called discomfort, complaint, and pain will disappear. Okay? So the more adult stem cells you have circulating in your blood, the greater your body's ability to heal and repair the injured, tissues. So whoever, find out any cut or any, the injuries which take time to heal, you must know, yes, your body's adult stem cell is, declining in numbers. You are not sick. but your body stem cell is asking for correct food so that, they can increase the number of stem cell for, the benefit of our body. Okay? So when your body needs, maintenance, repair, or renewal, signals are sent by the tissues in need, to release adult stem cells from, your bone marrow into the bloodstream. Our body is talking. These are languages you don't know, but internally your body can respond at any time. Which part is in need? The brain now registered information, and you start to to find out which part of the cells need what type of the things that the adult stem cells can provide. Okay? So adult stem cells circulate in the bloodstream and flow to the tissues in need. If you have a limited number of stem cells, they might not have enough of these armies, to go and help. That's why we need big numbers, so that at any time, if two parts of the organ run into trouble, you have ever ready stem cells, isn't it? Of course, if you have limited the amount of stem cells, and if one part have a small problem, your body still can remedy. But what if two parts or three parts, like during accident cases, several parts, are running into trouble? That is the time you need to have multiple. The more numbers of, adult stem cells, the better. So this, the process takes, place every day, even without tissue damage, as part of the natural renewal system of our body. So some people might say, well, I'm still okay, I'm still young, I don't need this. Well, even you are young, you are not sick, you don't suffer from pain or discomfort, but our adult stem cells process, takes place every day. Huh? Your tissues don't have to be damaged, but they will also die one day. They are aging, they will also die one day. That's why we need to keep, the supplying the needed, resources, where then at any time in it is ready in the bloodstream, where our stem cells can easily source and start to reproduce. So we cannot take for granted, well, my stem cell is my worker in my body, and they no matter what, they will help to repair the body. Once they found out where in the body have these damaged cells. Yes, they are supposed to do their job, but they need resources. Right? So because of that, we need to continuing supplying the needed food, carrying the real properties where they can help the body to heal and to repair. That is what as humans, each day when we live, each day when we move, isn't it? Every day we live, we move, there are a lot of wear and tear. So our body through adult stem cell come in to replenish and to revigorate. That's why we call heal and repair. Even though you're not sick, but the wear and tear is good enough for our body stem cells to heal back, repair back. So these are what our body internally expect of us. Because our stem cells are meant to do the job inside the body, every day. So we cannot just take for granted. It doesn't matter. My body, no matter what, whether I take food enough, right, with ingredient or nutrients or not, they will do the job. Yes, definitely they will do the job. But if they don't have enough of what they need, they don't have the energy to run or complete the job. And if the job is not complete, the wear and tear will become, more and more serious. That's how, to a serious, a certain extent, when it's serious, it will cause inflammation. And more than that, it becomes infected. And once you reach the stage of infection, you are already sick. Yeah, organs might be damaged or might not be able to function the rate to give us the quality of health we want. So, when you look at the fucoidone versus our immune health, number one, it enhances both innate and specific immune responses. Our innate immunity is the body's first line of defense. It is fast acting, it cannot wait, it's non-specific, and able to combat a wide variety of potential pathogens. Our body is made in this way. At any time, when invaders enter our body, even mosquito bite, the first line of defense is our innate, immunity response. And most of the time, they can attack and they can counter them. They can defeat the invaders most of the time, unless that invaders is too aggressive and is a new species which the body has never experienced before. You might have fever, you then might get sick. Okay? So fucoidone can assist in boosting our immune modulation, supporting our immune function, and reducing allergic responses. Okay? So in the specific immunity, in which the body acquires, the following exposure to specific pathogens, is marked, by the clonal expansion of lymphocytes, which act to neutralize or destroy target antigens. This is where our immune cells come in, or the white blood cells, known as lymphocytes. Like we got leukocyte, lymphocytes, and the monocytes. So normally, when the body start to detect invaders, they will start to call the lymphocytes to at least neutralize the content of the invaders. And if it can't, they will start to attack, or you can say destroy the target. So this is how our body with this immunity is good enough to defend us, even the COVID-19. But why we still get sick? Why people still contracted? It's because your innate immunity might not be able to respond fast enough. And why your innate immunity cannot do that? Because you might have low numbers of adult stem cells. You see? So at times when you get sick, sometimes you go and see a doctor, we keep asking questions. And I'm sure doctors cannot answer directly according to what, you are, having at that moment. Because doctors also will never waste time to answer your question. All these, needs a lot of time. And you need also have to have a good understanding before a person starts to explain. And second, fucoidone improves vaccine response. This is where, whoever taking, the vaccine, and why, you heard people talking about headache lah, itchy lah, backache lah, whole body uncomfortable, swollen, many complaints, coming after these, vaccines, because your innate immunity might not, understand what these vaccines are. And if they are still looking for, trying to find what are these, the content that attack enters your system, your body is already under attack. You see, the army keep, going deeper and deeper into your body. And that's how, from headache, it started, until it ends up your whole body getting pain. And so painful that many people go and see a doctor and they are taking, painkiller. So fucoidone alone, if you drink with chlorophyll, will boost your immune response to even seasonal influenza vaccination with higher antibody production and even natural killer cell activity. So this is something, we are talking about, the fibroblast, and then if a person takes certain thing that enable the body to be able to conduct this process, then you and your friend having the same vaccines, and if your body has what you feed them, keep protecting you, you will never have all the pain and suffering compared to those who might not be taking correct food, no supplements at all, suffer pain, discomfort. Some, you're talking about 10 days to even the 2 weeks. So it all depends on your body, what you eat, what you feed. And are you sure you have enough of the adult stem cells, the numbers big enough to defend your system? So vaccine response, is boosted with a modest intake of 300 mg fucoidone. Like, when you got pain and discomfort after the vaccine, you just need to take about, 300 mg of the fucoidone. And our fucoidone, one tablet is 100 mg. So there are people who, after vaccine, they call me. I say, you got fucoidone, you take, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. And today, if there's pain, do it today. Tomorrow, pain again. Tomorrow, 3 tablets in the morning, 3 tablets at night. Until when there's no pain, you just take, 1 or 2 in the morning, 1 at night. There are many people, when they have this sort of discomfort, they ask what sort of product, in Cosway, that I can take. I ask them to take not only these, fucoidone, spirulina, omega-3, and chlorophyll. These are the few that is capable enough to support your body via the blood, to any place that already suffered from inflammation. So this is how you don't need painkiller. You only need something that can solve the chemistry of inflammation. This is how you answer your body's, pain and suffering at any moment. If you understand what's wrong, what are you supposed to do to be able to have the body to respond to that, problem, your pain and suffering will disappear. And when you talk about fucoidone, that is so good. Don't take for granted, labeled fucoidone in the market are all the same. No products, sold by different manufacturers can be the same. No. Every company, every manufacturer, when they start to process and make, a product, has their own formula and ingredient. So no 2 products sold by different companies can have the same, equal, you call it, or, potency. So you look at the conventional, fucoidone, the source is questionable. Questionable in the sense, are they recognized, manufacturer or factory? If not, they are not, bothered about the quality. What they really bother is fast enough, and ready, the product can be sold in the market. So this is questionable. They might not harvest in clean ocean, which, polluted, water always are contaminated with heavy metals, dioxins, and PCBs. These are very common in sea water, ocean water, all over the world. Compared with our Meritech organic fucoidone, we are not claiming, but we want people to understand the difference, of the product comes from the source, harvest method, extraction process, even quality and potency. So we make sure it is done in a clean ocean, well away from human, so that you don't have so much pollution, away from agricultural, away from industrial contamination. This is the most crucial thing, for the product to maintain its quality. Then the harvest method, conventional, use machine. When you talk about, conventional type of business, a lot of product they want to produce, they make sure it must be fast. They want to get it into the market as soon as possible, because what they want is business. Okay? So when you use machine to harvest, machine got no eyes to see. So a lot of the seaweed cellular, wall are degraded and damaged. Whereas the Meritech, the technology of harvesting is the wild seaweed hand harvesting. Very slow, environmentally friendly, and no damage done to the cell wall of the seaweed. Okay? You just imagine, machine harvest so fast, hand harvest is very slow, but we don't mind. The company, the manufacturer take for granted, once, to ensure that the product, maintain the potency. What we want from the seaweed is still raw, pure in, when the quality is concerned. Then the extraction process, no temperature control process, that cause, degradation of fucoidan. Too hot, properties, already depleted. An extensive use of solvents, because it's dirty, they have to use some chemical to even clean and wash. Whereas the Meritech, the 100% organic, we dare to say, is because of, clean place, clean ocean, hand harvested, and 100% protected from, degradation with, Meritech extraction technology, unadulterated in chemical structure and free of undesirable residues. You don't need any compound to clean if it is harvested in the clean ocean. Only those, you harvest in dirty water, shallow water, close to a lot of human, the residents, even agriculture and this so-called, industrial areas, you need to clean off the waste or certain debris that might, engulf the seaweeds. Then we talk about quality and potency. The conventional fucoidan, lost or inconsistent. They don't control, they don't regulate, they don't maintain, the value. Chemical residue from solvents used might stay there if it is, of course, not properly cleansed. Whereas Meritech, why we say, organic is because it's certified. We don't say, it is certified by a third, the organization or an institution to verify safe, solvent-free, organic, the organic, very pure, high potency, and bioavailability are ensured. So if you look at all these points, I'm very sure this fucoidan is ready for anybody. We don't have to even be worried about contamination. We don't have to be worried about chemical, and we don't even have to worry about the purity or the potency. Once if you hand harvest, when all, the fucoidan seaweed are at its own, untouched and disturbed, the potency stays. Everything, the ingredient we want are there. And that's how we say, when you compare with other, products, you can see a lot of all these, the differences. So you need to know, we cannot just buy a product and you don't understand how they are processed, simply buy. Long term, if it start helping you, it doesn't matter. But if it has certain content of waste that you don't need, that is going to spark something, in the system that will lead to sickness and disease. So our maritime organic fucoidan here, unlike conventional fucoidan, maritime fucoidan's efficacy is proven and supported by numerous clinical studies done at various renowned universities and research centers. They keep on doing the research and clinically even tested, and to the extent of even the Australian government also fund the research in this seaweed. As you know, along the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, there are tons, big, the hectares of this naturally grown seaweed, So the government know this is good money. So because of that, the Australian government even funded the project for research, knowing it is going to be one of the beverage or the food for the future. Food for the future means the next generation. Even though we are taking, chemical food, even though we are so stressful, the whole systems, we need good food as supplements that can support and, help the body to clean and assist, the body to maintain adult stem cells, or even, every part of the cells can be, healthy and energetic. So, to revitalize and to renew our adult stem cells, and for all the body cells to be independent and freedom to move, to give contact and to redevelop, cell revival, each tablet provides 100 mg of pure organic maritime fucoidan. It is suitable for anyone age 12 and above. You just need 1 or 2 tablets daily, isn't it? Because this is not to treat you in any sense. It's not, used to cure any patient or anybody in the world. What we talk about supplements or the food that all of us as humans, if we want to maintain, cellular communication, cell, that can live and work in our body healthily, fucoidan or superfuco is one very special food or very special supplement we are supposed to share with people so that, we can enjoy the best health as we grow old. So this is, in fact, meant for anybody who really want to maintain good, healthy cell, function. And it's the brand, this Merita is the brand name of our fucoidan, world's only high purity certified organic fucoidan with global regulatory acceptance. So it contains, from 2 of the most studied seaweed. Inside it contains 2 types of seaweed. One is by the name of Undaria pinnatifida. Another name is Focus vesiculus. 2 important brown seaweed found in clean deep sea ocean. So, and it is so organic. If you look at this, our Merita brand, it is a well-known fucoidan brand, well-known in the sense, clean, pure, organic, and no, contamination of, waste. Don't even talk about, heavy metals. Waste also none at all. Then, as a lady grows older, be it your mother, why not, give the mother a product, a supplement? Your mother is growing old, and growing old means, they need something to supplement so that the body can keep up, the look, young and still healthy. This is more important. So primrose oil has, history of giving ladies the best of what you want. When you talk about hormonal, when you talk about skin, you talk about complexion, you talk about aging. See? So this is one product or a supplement which is important to give to your mother, to at least make your mother enjoy healthy body, healthy skin. And for normal ladies, if you are still young, it can help to regulate menstrual cycle. It can improve premenstrual syndrome and alleviates menopausal symptoms. As you grow older to the age of menopause, there are a lot of changes your body might encounter. So we don't want all the discomfort experience from ladies who suffer from menopausal period. So before you reach that category of age, this is the time a lady from medium age has to at least continue to take, so that it can work with the pituitary gland to read your body what hormones your body need, your body produce. So don't ever mistake the fact primrose oil give you the hormone. No, primrose oil don't give you hormone. It assists our pituitary gland to understand your body's need of what hormones. So when the body read you well, your pituitary gland will then only produce or secrete the needed hormone in your body. So don't mistake the fact primrose oil give you hormone. It gives no hormone, but it can work with our pituitary gland to provide the needed hormone. And this is not only for ladies. There are men who ask me, I say, why not? If men know how to take, primrose oil, like 2 days once, and when the hormone level function in series, a man even bypass andropause, still very manly. Nowadays, you even see men, when they are young, they're so good, friendly, and when they andropause, they are a different man. They go crazy. They grow wild. Instead of loving the wife, they start to, scold, hit, and everything they blame the wife. Why? Hormonal, out of series, not imbalanced. So hormone also affects men, not so much, of course, like ladies. That's why ladies need, the EPO more than men. And men also need, if you think you want to live one day after andropause, you have no complaint. You are still gentle and graceful, to in every dealings in the family and with your wife. Something, that is going to create a happy family. So both equally important. Ladies need more, men also need this. So don't always pinpoint or take for granted it's only meant for ladies. Men don't need a lot, as I've said. Maybe alternately, 1 capsule of 1,000 mg is good enough. You need only 15 capsules per month. Or those who want to save 1 week, you only take 2. You only take Wednesday and Saturday, and you can take long term. You see, things change within your body. For men, also it will change. So it's not only meant for ladies, it's also meant for men. Unless you tell me, if you are a man, you need no hormone to function. Anytime when something goes wrong to the man, start to raise temper, chase people, do things that are silly, hormonal, out of series, not imbalance, out of series. So men also need something to control hormones, strong and always in harmony. So this man, gentle until old age. Same You know, when he's young, and same even when he grows old. We don't want the characteristic of a person to change, from good to become bad. There are many complaints I heard from ladies, that the husband during young days so good, after andropause, everything start to change. Then many cases. So you go and see a doctor. Doctor say, you go and refer to the psychiatric. No, you don't need to see a psychiatric. You only need to take something to trigger your pituitary gland, and the pituitary gland, you put your hormone in series. Once, if our hormones are production is in series, it detects, who you are. It maintains your characteristic. So you live, old age still the same as when you're young. So, when you look at normal and disrupted skin barrier, these two slides are very interesting. You look at the normal skin barrier here. This is the skin barrier. This is the place where moisture enters and in contact to the blood cavity. So harmful substances are unable to penetrate in the real, healthy skin, because our corneal size, the horny layer, you call it horny layer, the corneal size here, in fact, they are elastic. Even with bang hit, it can still stand certain force, unless if the membrane is too thin and you don't have the healthy, horny layer, and even a small, hit on the skin is painful. Normally, you can sense the pain, but the body, can bear. It's not painful because our horny layer and our skin barrier, which contains certain lipid, that is the damaged region, will protect us, because underneath moisture means certain fluid, exchanging between, the cellular space, underneath the skin. So because of that, you got, it has something like, cushion. So when there's a cushion in between, you have a strong, healthy skin. Your skin or the so-called muscles, surrounding them are elastic, are resistant. It's high, it's good, healthy, what you call the moisture to support the layers of the skin. Compared, to why people talk about disrupted skin barrier function, or even always complain of skin disease. These are the one. Deficiency of gamma-linolenic acid. Harmful substances such as pathogens, allergens, chemical substances, chemical substances, when given the chance to penetrate the skin, you break and corrupt, the horny layer. Once you break and corrupt, even bacteria and virus will enter. And at the same time, you lose your moisture. And once the moisture, left, fluid becomes, scarce, your outer layer of the skin will feel very dry. Very dry. And to a certain extent, you see people even having cracked skin. So when people have this problem, it is not a skin disease. Something penetrating your skin. So you need to tend, to the skin, corneal size level. And this particular layer normally needs, certain amount of collagen, certain amount of silicon, certain amount of zinc to protect. So a lot of people now have seen the skin, the so-called skin complaint. They have been seeing doctor suffering from eczema, pellagra, dermatitis, or psoriasis. This is the reason, where doctors never explain, but keep giving you, medicine from, the itchiness, to high steroid drug. So the more you take, the more disruptive. You will disrupt the skin problem more. So we need to really re-nourish the skin. Drink water enough to moisten up. Take food which your adult, stem cells can replenish the skin. That's why this is the chemistry of your skin. not the disease of your skin. So if we understand the chemistry, we solve the equation, the formula of this, chemistry, then by then only you can help to remedy your skin problem. So source of gamma linolenic acid, GLA, can be produced, by the body from the conversion of linolenic acid, which is essential to the omega-6 found in the EPO. And however, many factors may interfere the conversion of LA to GLA in your body. Yeah, people will take omega-6, which is your EPO lah, which is omega-6, but the body cannot convert the linolenic acid of omega-6 into gamma linolenic acid because of nutrient deficiencies, or when a person is stressful. Anything we take, the body cannot the benefit immediately. And smoking or alcohol intake always go against the body's gamma linolenic acid buildup. And diabetes is also one problem that always deplete the conversion of LA to GLA. And as we age, as just now we talk about the stem cell, isn't it? Once we age too fast, means your adult stem cell number is too small. So when the number is too small, the body is unable to process from linolenic acid to gamma linolenic acid. You see? So everything of health comes with a combination of correct food. And when the food properties are, the properly, fat is where your body then start to show the reversal process. See? So the direct source of gamma linolenic acid, even primrose oil, is a product from New Zealand. It helps to prevent moisture loss by strengthening the protective barriers of our skins. It helps your skin to stay hydrated. That means you do not go dry, glowing and radiant from the inside out by minimizing fine lines and wrinkles caused by prolonged dry skin issues. When the skin dry, moisture is one concern, protein or the collagen another concern, and the hormone of the like melanin also plays its role. Yeah, so we need one important source of gamma linolenic acid to support our skin to always stay youthful. This is where you have to spend money, where those that you take as supplements at any time in the blood, ready for your cells to oversee and to run whatever is needed by the body, you will start to change. See? So not all oils are created equal. As I've mentioned many times, no two products in the market can be the same if it is sold by two companies. So you have to choose the product or even this EPO that are carefully prepared with minimal heat, light, and oxygen. You have to really choose cold pressed. And oil are very sensitive to hot heat. Yeah? So even light, they cannot stand too much exposed to light. If you even your omega-3 lah, your EPO lah, normally we want to keep them in an amber bottle. That means brown lah. So sunlight cannot penetrate fast enough to cause certain the potency loss. Ours our EPO is cold pressed and non-raffinated. When it's cold pressed, free of chemical solvent, the health enhancing component, the triterpenes retained in the extracted oil is stable minimal risk of oxidation. This then only support your liver. Those who got liver problem, oily liver, needs good fat, good oil to counter and soft, or bring down the property of bad fats in our blood. And the extraction method, chemical solvents, nutrition content, tryptophan, antioxidant, gone to some the product. If the extraction method is instead of using just the non-raffinated, they use chemical solvent, and all the nutrient content like tryptophan, which is important, content of antioxidant is gone, and it's not stable. Here, copress is stable. The stability of extraction method, in the other product might not. Then the refining, to some they even refine the product. So if the product is refined, a lot of chemicals are found. Tryptophan is removed when you start to do this refining process. Tryptophan gone. When tryptophan is gone, I tell you, what is the point of taking the EPO? And unstable, prone to oxidation. See? So we want a good extraction method. When we go through the good extraction method, cold press, non-raffinated, and the extraction method is good, the tryptophan content is stable. Whereas the refining, the method, no tryptophan, and the what we call nutritional content unstable. Unstable means sometimes might be there, sometimes not at all. So what is the point of taking certain product when supplements are concerned? What we want in the product must be there. If it is not there, then you are only paying something wasting, which might not kill you, but you're just wasting your money. So each time when you buy EPO, check the label to ensure it is cold pressed and non-raffinated, so that this only will give you more benefit. If you are buying cold and hot pressed and is raffinated, that product might not benefit you at all. Of course, it will not kill you, but you are wasting your money and you will not see even any difference. Though you can take 10, 20 years compared to good ones, a matter of 3 months to 9 months, you see a lot of difference. Good supplements, good food, it will show. And it's a matter of course, starting from 3 months. You cannot expect it to be 3 weeks. 3 months to 9 months. That is the period you will see either you sense it. Every day you feel energetic, or your skin will start to glow. Or you might not know, but anytime you encounter your friends will give certain comment. You look young. How come? Wow, lately you look so good. All these comments from friends, will start to alert you. Wow, how come I don't know? Is it or not? There are people who took you, they themselves don't feel it. But meeting your friends, the comment, will strike you. How come lately you look so fresh, you look so young? These are what people then realize, well, I'm taking a product that really benefit me. So these products you talk about, that you are talking about, we're sharing, is good to buy as gifts, for your mother, for this Mother Day, so that your mother can enjoy healthy status of body in the function, not only the beauty alone, but also your mother getting old, but these supplements you give her as a gift, will start to work with the cells to build bigger number of adult stem cells, so that your mother may again live another 20, 30, 40 years healthily and young. So this is something as gift. We want to see the difference. And give to the parents means, is wholeheartedly. You spend the money, even though if it is a bit expensive, once in a year, fair enough. This is something during their lifetime which you can afford. That is the best gift you can provide, rather than one day when they are gone, whatever you do or pray, to show how the loving you are to your parents are not important at all. When the person is living, surviving, show them your love. So the best is during festive time, Mother's Day or birthday. So I hope you benefit with today's talk, and we'll then end here, and I pass the mic over to Ricky, and we'll see those if you're attending the Chinese talk tomorrow. So happy and healthy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Go.
Welcome.
Our Mandarin session not tomorrow, Dr. Go.
Sorry, Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Okay, Dr. Go, we have one question only. If a person is going for chemotherapy, so how do you recommend supplements and especially the Supafuco?
When the person go for like chemo, normally you need to know how many sessions they are going. There are people who go for only 6 sessions, and there are people going more than 10 sessions. So some when you talk about sessions, means they continue on. So normally when supplements are concerned, before going, you need to keep taking like spirulina, Supafuco, chlorophyll, omega-3. These 4 you can take before chemo. The best is 1 month early, or if you still got 2 weeks, go on every day, take these 4. And then when you take fucoidone before chemo, you cannot just take 1. It's good to take 2 morning, 2 night, 2 weeks before chemo. Chlorophyll 20 ml morning, 20 ml at night. Omega 2 morning, 2 night. Spirulina, the best is 10 in the morning, 5 at night. 2 weeks before chemo. And after doing chemo, the best is everything you have to stop, because while doing chemo, you can't take supplements. You take supplements, sometimes supplement might oppose, or might not allow the chemotherapy drug to work. So if the doctor were to know, you will have scolding. There will be many other problems. They'll blame on you. So normally I ask people, if you are doing chemo, after chemo, 1 month later, let the drugs, content runs until it's very bad. If it can really help to kill the cancer cell, let it work for 1 month. If not, whether it work or not, 1 month later, you can start to take supplements to build and to strengthen. So this is how I encourage a lot of cancer patients, to do this. And whoever do accordingly, compared with those not at all, you see totally different thing. So this is the benefit of supplements. Fucoidone is very important for anybody already having cancer. Whether you are doing chemo or not, it's good to continue. And if you don't do, you continue, change your lifestyle and take proper food. You'll see good effect, as you grow 2-3 months, to a year. There are people who don't go at all chemo or radiotherapy and they are surviving. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Go. That's correct, because during the chemotherapy, we will let the drugs to do the job first, and after the therapy, then we'll start to take the nutrition.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's all for today, Dr. Gong. I will see you
Yeah.
on Tuesday.
Okay. See you Thursday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.